Hi dear children, welcome back to our chemistry class. Last class we discussed metals, non-metals, metalloids, normal gases. Today we are going to discuss compounds. Compound is a pure substance composed of two or more elements. Composed of two or more elements in a definite proportion by mass. Compound is a pure substance which are composed of two or more elements. Okay. Compound is a pure substance which are composed of two or more elements in a definite proportion by mass. Okay, in a definite proportion by mass. Compound is a pure substance composed of two or more elements in a definite proportion by mass. Okay, examples of compounds are sodium chloride, NaCl, water, H2O is a compound, potassium chloride is a compound, CuSO for copper sulfate is a compound. Okay, compounds are pure substances which are composed of two or more elements in a definite proportion by mass. Sodium chloride. Here constituent elements are in the sodium chloride. Constituent elements are sodium and chlorine. In the constituent elements are sodium and chlorine. In the case of potassium chloride, which are the constituent elements? Potassium and chlorine. In the case of water, hydrogen and oxygen. Properties of compounds are entirely different from those of its constituent elements. Okay, properties of compounds are entirely different from those of its constituent elements. For example, sodium chloride. Here constituent elements are sodium and chlorine. Sodium and chlorine combine to form sodium chloride. It is a salt. Sodium chloride is a salt. It is used for cooking. Okay, clear? It is a crystalline, white crystalline solid. Salt is a white crystalline solid. But sodium is a very soft metal. Sodium is a soft metal. It is highly explosive nature. Okay, it is highly reactive. Chlorine is a gas. It is a poisonous gas. And chlorine's color is greenish yellow. Okay, so chlorine is a greenish yellow poisonous gas. Sodium is a soft metals. But sodium and chlorine combine to form sodium chloride. That sodium chloride is white crystalline solid. This sodium chloride is white crystalline solid. So their characteristic or properties is changed. Sodium property is different. It is highly reactive. It is soft metal. Chlorine is greenish yellow poisonous gas. Okay. But sodium chloride is salt. Okay, NaCl. So, properties of compounds are entirely different from those of its constituent elements. Okay. Another example, water. Properties of water is entirely different from constituent of their elements. Okay, give a reason. Okay, properties of water is entirely different from those of its constituent elements. Give reason. Water. What is the formula of water? H2O. H2O is water. Last year we studied how many hydrogen is there? 2 hydrogen. So its atomic mass 1. So 2 into 1 is 2. It is a ratio. Definite proportion by mass is there. So 2 into 1 is 2 oxygen. 1 oxygen is there into atomic mass of oxygen is 16. So 2 is to 16 we can divide it. We can find out the ratio. So 1:8. So water, the ratio is 1:8. Definite proportion by mass is 1:8. So in the water, which are the constituent elements is the hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen and oxygen is present in the water. Okay. Hydrogen and oxygen are gases. Hydrogen and oxygen are gases. But water, it is a liquid. We know that. Water is a liquid, but hydrogen and oxygen is a gas. Okay. Hydrogen is combustible and burns. Oxygen support for combustion. But water is used to extinguish the fire. Clear now? Hydrogen and oxygen both are gases. Hydrogen is combustible and burns. Oxygen is support for burning or support for combustion. But liquid, that is water is a liquid. This water is used to extinguish fire. Clear? So the properties of water is entirely different from those of these constituent elements hydrogen and oxygen. One more example I will tell. Iron sulfide. Iron Fe is react with the sulfur to form iron sulfide. Okay, iron sulfide. Here, iron is a grey black metals. Okay, iron is grey black metal or brown color. Sulfur is yellow non-metallic solid. Here iron sulfide, it is a black solid. Iron and sulfur combine to form iron sulfide. So in the case of iron sulfide, iron and sulfur is a constituent elements. Iron and sulfur is a constituent elements. Iron sulfide is black metal. Iron is grey color, which are attracted to the magnet. Okay, iron is attracted to magnet. Sulfur is soluble in carbon disulfide. Soluble in carbon disulfide. So, iron and sulfur combine to form iron sulfide. Iron is attracted by magnet. Sulfur is soluble in carbon disulfide. But in the case of iron to sulfide, which are neither attracted by magnet nor soluble in carbon disulfide. Okay, so iron sulfide neither attracted by magnet nor soluble in carbon disulfide. So iron sulfide properties is entirely different from those of its constituent elements iron and sulfur. Clear? Next, characteristics of compounds. I told compounds is a pure substance and homogeneous. Compounds are pure substance and homogeneous. Compounds are composed of two or more elements. Okay, compounds are composed of two or more elements in a definite proportion by mass. Okay, compounds are pure substance. Second point, compounds are composed of two or more elements in a definite proportion by mass. Third point, it have melting point and boiling point is there. Okay, different melting and boiling point, but compounds have melting and boiling point. Melting point and boiling point is there. So compounds have melting point and boiling point. Compounds can be separated by chemical method. That is the fourth point. Compounds can be separated by chemical methods. Okay, compounds can be separated by chemical method. Once again, I will tell compounds are pure substance and homogeneous. Compounds are composed of two or more elements. Compounds have melting and boiling point. Compounds can be separated by chemical method. Compounds have definite chemical formula. For example, sodium chloride NaCl is there. water H2O is there, potassium chloride KCl is there. So they have chemical formula, fixed chemical formula is the number point. During the formation of compound, energy is either absorbed or liberated. Energy is either absorbed or liberated. For example, carbon combined with oxygen, to form carbon dioxide. Here, heat energy, large amount of heat energy is liberated. But in the preparation of nitric oxide, that is nitrogen, combined with oxygen to form nitric oxide. Two nitric oxide is formed. Here, large amount of heat energy is absorbed. Okay, large amount of heat energy is absorbed. Then only we can prepare nitric oxide. In the preparation of carbon dioxide, large amount of heat energy is liberated. But in the case of in the preparation of nitric oxide, large amount of heat energy is absorbed. Clear? So during the formation of compounds, large amount of heat energy is absorbed or liberated. Clear? These are the 6 characteristics of compounds. Thank you, dear children. Read the lesson properly and study very well.